So really concentrating this morning on that breath, but slowing down your breath as much as possible. I know we just spoke up, so we are gonna get moving, but for now, I want you to focus on that breath. Slow that breath down. Follow that breath as you breathe in. Follow your breath as you breathe out. Taking a couple more breaths in and out. And then on your next inhale, if your hands are down by your ankles, bring those hands up by your ears, keeping your forehead down onto the ground. Stay in child's pose, but keep your forehead onto the ground. Bring your hands up by your ears if they're down by your ankles. And then go ahead and come up onto your fingertips. Lift your elbows off the mat, keeping, again, the forehead down onto the ground. Mine is not, so I can talk to you, but keeping that forehead down to the ground, just lift your elbows off the ground, reaching through those fingertips, and then walk those hands over to the right. Kind of feeling a little side stretch here in that side body. And then walk those hands all the way over to the left. Feeling the stretch, that side body stretch on the other side this time. And then walk those hands back to center. Good. Now go ahead and inhale, coming all the way back up into an all fours tabletop position. We're gonna get moving this morning. We're gonna do some cat-cows to warm up our spine. So just make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees directly beneath your hips. We're gonna do some cat-cows to warm up our spine. So I want you to inhale, really drop the belly down, look up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, rounding the spine, bring the chin to your chest. And inhale, really arching your back, looking up toward the ceiling. And exhale, rounding the spine, chin to your chest. Now you can add any extra movement here. You can move those hips in a circle, or you can look over your right shoulder, or you can look over your left shoulder. Just kind of get your body moving this morning. So it can be your kind of cat-cows, whatever you'd like to do, or just continue with normal cat-cows. Do this for the next 2 breaths. And whenever you're ready, come back into that neutral spine, all fours tabletop position. But keeping those hips directly above those knees, just walk those hands out in front of you. Walk those hands out in front of you, bring the chest down to the ground. You can either bring your chin or your forehead down to the ground. Chin's gonna be a little bit more challenging. We're coming to your Anahatasana pose or puppy pose. Okay, and breathing through this. And then inhale, walk those hands back up underneath of your shoulders. Good. Spread those fingertips really nice and wide. Curl those back toes under, and I want you to lift your hips, coming to your first downward facing dog of the day. Good. So just your first downward dog of the day. Really kind of stretch out those calf muscles. Play with that down dog. Bend one knee and then the other knee. Good. Really going back and forth. Fingertips really nice and wide. And then come to a stationary downward dog. Good. Come up all the way to your toes. Get that chest towards your thighs, and then flatten those feet out. Coming and maybe eventually bring those feet flat to the mat. I want you to inhale, coming all the way up onto your toes, and then exhale, step or walk your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, I want you to come halfway. Hands can come to your shins or to your fingertips, and then exhale, fold forward. Grabbing opposite elbow, opposite hands here for ragdoll, making sure you're just not holding tension anywhere. You can have a slight bend in your knees. It's pretty early in the morning. And then just hang here for ragdoll. Shake your head yes, shake your head no, just making sure you're not holding tension anywhere. Good. And then slowly release those hands down to the mat. And I want you to inhale, coming all the way up to a standing position. Good. Now take a step towards the front of your mat. Feet are hip distance apart. We're going to do 3 sun salutations to start. So I want you to inhale, both arms coming all the way up, reaching up overhead, looking up towards those fingertips, and then exhale, fold forward. Good. Inhale, coming halfway. Again, hands can come to your shins or your fingertips, and then exhale, step back into a plank position. So hips in line with the rest of the body here. They're not high and they're not low. Good. And then exhale, bend those knees. Knees come down to the mat. Hips follow, coming flat onto your belly. Inhale, stay nice and low, low cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Now inhale, come all the way up onto your toes, and then exhale, step or walk your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step back into that plank position. And then exhale, this time you're going to lower down only halfway, keeping those elbows in close to your body, rolling over those toes, lifting the chest, coming into an upward dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. One more. Inhale, come all the way up onto your toes, and then exhale, step or walk your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming all the way up, hands up overhead. And then exhale, hands to prayer in front of your heart center. Okay, one more time I'm doing this. That chaturanga can be your choice. So I want you to inhale, both arms coming all the way up, reaching up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back halfway. And then exhale, step back into that plank position. Good. Now you can certainly lower those knees down again or lower halfway, whatever you feel like doing this morning. And then exhale, making that way into a downward facing dog. Good. Now I want you to inhale, right leg up to the ceiling, bend that right knee, open up your hips, look underneath that right shoulder, bring that right foot behind you as much as possible. Good. And then bring that right foot all the way down and bring it all the way down to meet the other. And I want you to inhale the left leg up to the ceiling, bend that left knee, open up your hips, look underneath that left shoulder. Good. Bring that left foot behind you as much as possible, and then bring that left foot all the way down to meet the other. Good. Now bend those knees, come back into that all fours tabletop position. We're going to get moving. We're going to do some core this morning. So we're in some tabletop position. I want you to inhale the left leg up and back. Good. Now slightly bend that knee, bring that foot so it's parallel to the ceiling. Good. So the foot is parallel to the ceiling. Good. And I just want you to lift that foot up towards the ceiling. So we're going to lift that foot up and then bring the knee down. Inhale, lift the foot up. Exhale, down. Inhale, foot up. Exhale, down. Good. 2 more. Inhale, lift the foot up. Exhale, down. Inhale, foot up. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it here. And then exhale, down. Good. Now straighten that back leg out, that left leg all the way out. Good. And then bring the knees together. Good. Inhale, reach all the way back out. Exhale, knees together. Good. Inhale all the way back out. And then bring those knees together. Good. Inhale, coming all the way back out. Good. Now we're going to keep that foot lifted and bring it all the way out to the side. See if you can bring it all the way up to the side. This is the most challenging. So then bring it all the way back behind you. Good. Bring it all the way out to the side. Hold it here. And inhale, or bring it all the way back behind you. Good. 2 more. Bring it all the way out to the side. 2 more. 2 more. Good. Bring it all the way back. And then last one. Kind of bring it all the way out to the side. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then place that foot down onto the ground. You're going to bring that left hand all the way out in front of you as you bring the right hand to the shin. Really twisting here. Finding that stretch. Good. Slowly bring that hand in, coming back to center, and then bring that knee into each other. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side this time. But this time we're just going to turn so you can see my right leg. So I want you to inhale the right leg up and back. Good. Bend that right foot, bring the foot flat or parallel to the ceiling. We're just going to lift that foot up. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, up, exhale, lower. Inhale, up, Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, hold it here. See if you can hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Good. Straighten that right leg behind you. And then exhale, bring the knees together. Inhale, reach all the way back out. Exhale, knees together. Inhale, back out. 3 more. Exhale, knee together and back out. Good. 2 more. Knees together and back out. Last one. Knees together and back out. Hold it here. Good. Now you're going to bring that right leg all the way up to the right side. Keep it lifted. And then bring it all the way back behind you. Good. Bring it all the way out to the side. See how far you can go. Keep it lifted and then back behind you. 2 more. Go ahead and bring it all the way out to the side. And then bring it back behind you. Good. Last one here. Go ahead and bring it all the way out to the side. Hold it, hold it, hold it when you get to the side, and then place it flat onto the mat. Good. Now you're going to take that left hand, bring it to the shin. Right hand stretches out in front of you. So you're going to go ahead and just stretch or breathe through this. Good. Coming back up. So you're on all fours. Tabletop position. Curl those back toes under. Lift your hips. Come into your downward facing dog. Good. All right. So I want you to inhale. Come all the way up onto your toes. And then exhale. Step or walk your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming all the way up, bringing the hands up overhead, looking down towards your fingertips, and then exhale, hands prepared in front of your heart center. Good. All right. So we're gonna move on. I'm just moving my body again for purposes of the camera. So step towards the front of your mat, feet are hip distance. Feet are hip distance. We're gonna inhale, both arms coming all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming halfway, and then exhale, step back into that plank position. And lower down your version of a chaturanga. Knees down, halfway. Lift up, and then exhale, downward facing dog. All right. I want you to inhale, right leg up to the ceiling. Right leg coming all the way through to the front of the mat. Place that left knee down onto the ground, and then inhale, both arms coming all the way up. Low lunge here. Good. Now get those blocks close by or whatever you have. You may not even need them. If you don't have them, I'll show you a way to do it without. We're going to straighten that front leg 3 times. So get those blocks close to your ankles, any height, whatever you would like. If you know that you don't have blocks and you have tight hamstrings, bring those hands closer to your hips. Good. So we're going to go ahead and straighten that front leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Good. This last time, we're going to go ahead and exhale, straighten and fold forward. Good. Squaring those hips towards that front leg, that left hip, that left shoulder wants to pop up. Really try to bring that leg down. Flex your foot, folding forward here. Good. Now go ahead, coming back. Inhale, bend that front knee. Move those blocks. Good. Hands are flat onto the mat. Curl that back toe under. Left come into a high runner's lunge. Come up onto your fingertips. Sink down even deeper. Good. Now bring both hands to the inside of your right foot. You can stay right here. I want that back knee lifted for just this morning. Good. Stay here. Or maybe you can lower down. Maybe you start to bend your elbows. Come down a little bit. Come down all the way onto your forearms, but really try to keep that back knee lifted this morning. Good. Folding into that lizard lunge as much as you can. And then inhale, coming all the way back up. Rotate those feet so they're parallel to each other. And continue to walk your hands all the way over to the left foot. Bend the left knee, straightening the right. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard. I kind of blend in with my mat. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Bend the right knee, straightening the left. Good. One more. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Bend that left knee, straightening the right. See if you can go as deep as you can go. Good. And then slowly turn your body so you're now at the back of your mat. You're facing the back of your mat. Bring that right knee down onto the ground. And then inhale. Hands up overhead, low lunge here. Good. I am actually going to step off my mat so you can maybe see me a tad bit better. Good. So we're low lunge, hands up overhead here. Get those blocks close by again, place those hands down onto the mat. We're going to straighten that front leg 3 times. Go ahead and fold forward. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten, and then inhale, bend, and then this time go ahead, exhale, fold forward, straighten that front leg, folding forward, squaring your hips toward the that leg or towards the floor. Good. Inhale, bend. Last, there's that. We already did all of those. Good. Now, place both hands down onto the mat. Curl that back toe under. Lift the knee off the mat. Come into that high runner's lunge. Come up onto your fingertips. Good. And then place both hands on the inside of that left foot. Hands are flat onto the mat. Keep that back knee lifted. Come into a lizard lunge here, which really try to keep that back leg lifted. See if you can start to bend your elbows, come down all the way down. Maybe you come all the way down onto your forearms, or maybe you don't. Inhale, coming all the way back up, and then rotate your feet so they're now flat onto the mat, coming to the side of your mat. Walk your hands over to your right knee, straightening the left. Inhale, coming all the way back up, bend the left knee, straightening the right. Good, one last time. Coming all the way back up, bend that right knee. See if you can come all the way down. See how far you can come. Maybe you can bring your hands to prayer in front of your heart center. Just kind of play with it. See where you can go this morning. Have fun. Good. Coming back up. Good. And then rotate those feet towards the front of the mat. And then step back into a side plank position. So right foot over top of the left. Inhale, right arm up to the ceiling. Right hand can stay on your hip or all the way up to the ceiling. If you need to drop that left knee down, you can. Good. Lifting side plank. Coming back into a normal plank, we're going to bring the right hand to the middle of your mat. Rotate your hips. So now you're bringing your left hand up to the ceiling. Good. So side plank on this side. Good. Now you can always drop that right knee down if you need it. Good. Come back into plank position. Good, good, good. And then lift those hips downward facing dog. Good. All right. So I want you to inhale, come all the way up onto your toes, and then exhale, step or walk your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming all the way up, bringing the hands up overhead. And then exhale, hands to prayer in front of your heart center. Good. Okay, so we have one last sequence. Go ahead and take a step towards the front of your mat again. Feet are hip distance apart, and I want you to inhale, both arms coming all the way up, reaching up overhead. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming halfway, and then exhale, step back into that plank position. Good, your choice. Again, chaturanga. You can bring your knees down. You can lower halfway. And then exhale, making your way into a downward facing dog. Good, I'm just going to stay in downward dog. I'm getting out of it for just a moment. Good. I want you to inhale, right leg up to the ceiling, right leg coming all the way through to the front of the mat. Inhale, coming all the way up, hands up, over, head, high lunge this time. We're not going to stay here. It's going to be a little bit more of a balancing series here. So we're going to just shift your weight to your right foot. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Behind you, coming to that warrior 3. Good. Now bring those hands to your hips and keep that back leg straight, coming all the way through. If you can, bring that back leg straight. See if you can lift it towards the front of the room. Keep it lifted. See if you can go up even higher. That's like the hardest part, I think, is lifting it. Good. And then bend that standing or that lifted leg, that left knee. Cross over your legs, cross over your right. So I'm going to turn so you can see me again. Good. Hands are still on your hips. Now you want to have some buoyancy on that right leg, and then start to sink down into your hips. Sink a little bit deeper. Bring those hands parallel to each other. Good. Sink even more. You can stop right here, or challenge yourself this morning. See where you can go. Maybe you bring your hands down to the mat. Maybe you stop here. Maybe you come all the way down. Come all the way down. Challenging your balancing. Challenging how far your hips can go. Bring those hands to prayer in front of your heart center. If you're all the way down, good, wherever you are, good. See if you can come out of it gracefully or fall. That's fine too. Good. Slowly come all the way back out of it. Bring those legs down and come all the way back up. All right, so everything we just did on that side, we're gonna do on the other side. So just give yourself a nice big shake. Be proud of whatever you just did. All right, now we're doing everything on the left side this time. So come back to the front of your mat. Inhale, both arms coming all the way up, reaching up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway, and then exhale, step back into that plank position. Lower down, your version of a chaturanga. Again, knees down, halfway, skip that part, make your way into a downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, left leg up to the ceiling, left leg coming all the way through to the front of the mat. Inhale, high lunge here. Good. So that back heel's off the back of the mat. Shift your weight to your left foot. Inhale, lift that right leg up, coming into warrior three. Good. Bring those hands to your hips and then keep that back leg, that right leg straight as you bring it all the way through behind you. So I have to move back because I'm actually running into my knees. So let's keep it straight, lift it, bring it all the way through to the front of the mat. Keep it lifted. Right leg is lifted so you can go even higher. Good. Now bend that right foot, cross over the left. Have some buoyancy in that left knee. Good. And then bring those hands so they're parallel to each other. Sink down even deeper into those hips. Again, stop right here. See how far you can go. See how far you can keep on sinking. Good. Bring those hands down to the mat, and maybe you come all the way down. At any point, you can always stop. Good. Bring those hands to prayer in front of your heart center. Maybe you can hold it in a balancing pose here. Good. And then all the way out of it gracefully. Good. Bring those hands or those legs down, and then slowly coming all the way back up. Good. Yay. Go ahead and just give yourself a nice big shake. Be proud of whatever you did this morning. I know we are moving fast and we did a lot of things in that time. So we're going to come down to our seated practice, but we're going to come down from a squat pose or malasana pose. So feet are out wide, toes out wide, heels coming together, and bend those knees. Come all the way down into that squat position. Hands to prayer in front of your heart center, sit nice and tall. Left hand down, inhale, right arm up to the ceiling. Hands to prayer in front of your heart center, sit nice and tall, right hand down, inhale, left arm up to the ceiling. And then hands to prayer in front of your heart center, sit nice and tall one last time, and then take a seat down onto the mat. Good. And I am actually kind of hot, so it worked this morning getting moving. So straighten those legs out in front of you, feet together, activate those legs, and we're going to fold forward here. So flex those feet, inhale, both arms coming all the way up, and then exhale, fold forward. Grab a hold of those toes and fold forward more. Now, if grabbing a hold of your toes means bending your knees, do that. Bend those knees, go a little bit deeper. Every fold, every exhale, go a tad bit deeper. And even I'm trying to get away from the stretch by bringing my feet out. Get those feet together. Feet together, folding forward here. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Good. Bend that right foot over top of the left. Now you can keep that left leg straight, or you can bend that left leg. Just make sure you're not sitting on any part of your foot. Again, I'm going to step off of my mat. Good. So both knees are bent, or that bottom leg is straight. I want you to inhale the left arm up towards the ceiling, left elbow to the outside of that knee. Inhale, sit nice and tall, and then exhale, twisting towards the back of the room. Inhale, turn your head, the rest of the body follows. Good. Stack those knees on top of each other if you would like, stay there. Or again, if that bottom leg needs to straighten out, you can just go ahead and cross those legs over top of each other. Good. And then we're gonna do another hip opener, last one. Fold those hands forward, or walk those hands forward as you fold forward. Inhale, coming all the way back up, undo those legs. Straighten both legs out in front of you. Good. Bend the left foot over top of the right. Make sure that foot is flat into the mat. Now, again, same thing goes. You can keep that right leg straight, or you can bend that right leg. Just make sure you're not sitting on any part of your body or your legs. Good. All right. Inhale, right arm up to the ceiling this time, right elbow to the outside of that left knee. Inhale, sit nice and tall, and then exhale, twisting towards the back of the room. Inhale, turning to the rest of the body follows. Good. Now you can stack those knees on top of each other. Just make sure that you're not sitting on any part. And again, knees may be far apart. Eventually they'll go down as you fold forward. Or straighten that bottom leg out. Good. Wherever you are, walk those hands out, folding forward. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Undo those legs, straighten both legs out in front of you, and then start to fold, start to roll vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down onto your backs. Good. We're going to do one last thing before we head into Shavasana. So grab those knees, bring those knees into your chest and roll side to side. Got it. Hug that right knee into your chest, straighten the left leg down. Right knee over top of the left, looking out over your right shoulders, trying to keep your shoulders down onto the ground. A nice gentle back twist here. If you want to close your eyes briefly here, you can. And then bring those knees back to center. Hug those knees into your chest, rolling side to side. Hug the left knee into your chest, straighten the right leg down, cross the left leg over top of your body. Look out over your left shoulders. And if you'd like to close your eyes here, you can. And then bring those knees into your chest and rolling side to side, just kind of massaging your back one last time. And then straighten both legs down to the mat. If you want to keep your legs bent slightly, you can, or straighten both legs down, legs out wide. Palms face the ceiling. Take one big breath in. Exhale, let it all go. And then continue to allow yourself to completely sink down into the mat. And whenever you are ready, on your next breath, go ahead and begin to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Bring your hands above your head and give yourself a really nice, big stretch. Pull your knees into your chest, roll all the way over to your right side using your right arm as a pillow. And then using your hands, come all the way up to a cross-legged seated position. It can be cross-legged on that block or whatever you use, one leg over top of the other. Whatever is most comfortable for you, just come to that comfortable seated position, sitting nice and tall. Bring your hands to prayer in front of your heart center. Keeping your eyes closed, go ahead and bow your head with gratitude for this morning's practice. Namaste.